Hello, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I know Mama V is still kind of wrapping up, but I got to make sure I'm on time because I got to pick up multiple kids tonight. So I made about the last few minutes if Mike is able to take over since I'm not just picking up my kid. I don't want all the kids to have to wait for me. Hello, welcome, welcome, guys. Auntie Ann is here. We love and appreciate our Auntie Ann as our moderator and our member and just general fantastic human being. Southern Blessed Homestead is here. Hello, hello. Lucretia YT is in the house. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Hello and welcome. Let's Trade Paint. Sean's here. Thunderstick Homestead. Hello. Got Brian from Vineyard Farmhouse in the house. What's going on? Heartland HQ with Dink and Tank. Hello. Jen is in the house. What's going on? David Glunt, thank you. I got your message. I just responded. David Glunt, he made us something. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see. He sent me the tracking number, so I'll have to see where it's at on the map so I know when to go check it out. But I'm excited about that because he made us that really cool 3 Mississippi canister that I have on my shelf over here, and I just love it, and so I'm excited to see what he made us. And the tree. So I'm excited about that. So gotta check it out. Greg is in the house. Hello, hello. What's going on? What's going on? The Rambling Peach. Hello, dear. Hello. Colin Voss. Hello from Iowa. Hello. Jen's cooking dinner, so she can't respond to the tags. She's on her phone, but she's listening and saying hello back to everybody. Tara and Jason, White Rock Homestead is in the house. Hello, my dears. Hello, hello. You guys have been staying busy. I'm a little behind on everybody's videos this week because I signed up for some extra stuff at church, and so I have not caught up on videos. But I'm going to try and probably later this week to kind of catch up on some of the family because I don't know what's going on. I don't know who's doing what right now. But, well, that's not true. I kind of know what's going on, but not in great detail at the moment. So, whew, you know it, you know it. Samuel Deer in Water says you are doing an awesome job. Thank you. I appreciate that. Paul Honeyman is here, of course. We appreciate him as well. Thank you. Heather is here. Hello, everyone. She says she will be listening. Diddy Fab is in the house. Hello from Dreamers Landon. What up, fam fam? Hello. How are you feeling? Because I messaged in the chat and you never really responded. How are you getting around right now? Because like I said, I'm backed up on everybody's videos. So I don't know if I'm sure you've given an update out in the world, but I don't know. So hopefully Mike has been sufficiently wrapped in bubble wrap, Mike number 5, and is on the mend and toddling about. But I don't know because he took a good hit there. So we'll see. Mary Jameson, hello. Mama Murphy, howdy, howdy. What's going on? What's going on? Atasha Lynn, hello. Thank you for joining. Anyway, guys, yeah, so it's been kind of a little bit of a hectic week. We had processed some ducks earlier in the week, and we've been making stock because that takes a while. So we're doing that, and that'll be Friday's video, guys. So I will show you kind of how we do our duck stock. And let me tell you what, the house smells so good from cooking that duck stock. Like, it's amazing. So it's good. It's good. It's so good. It's so good. It smells so delicious. Paul Honeyman saying, fair warning, he's not trying to behave for anyone. He's better off misbehaving. Tim Mason is here. Hello. I know Tim, you guys, Tim did not get a good report today. I know we had kind of asked for prayers for Tim last week, for Tim Mason, and he did not get the news we were hoping for at the doctor, as he just said there a second ago. So I had talked to Dana earlier. So just keep him in your prayers, guys, as he moves through this. You know, it's not an easy road, but I know Tim is gonna do all the things that the doctors say, and he's gonna fight. So we're gonna keep in your corner there, Tim, and we're gonna keep praying for you. So what did I miss? Ivy's family factotum. Been way too long since coming into Family Night Lives. Yes, see, you have to come back and join in. You gotta. You absolutely got to. That's right. Yeah, so I'm trying to keep up with the messages here. That's right. Southern Blessed Homestead says, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. That is right. Hello, Evelyn. Hello, hello. Yeah, guys, man, I feel like I blinked and it's next week is Thanksgiving and I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. Um, so yeah, like I mean, I got my tree up and I got it going and look at that. DD5 is now a 3 Mississippi talker. Look at that, bam bam, up in the house. Look at that. What's going on? Look at you. Look at you being all membery and stuff. We appreciate you. You didn't have to do that, but we appreciate you. We always like, what, you want to show everybody you appreciate too? No, Lundy says she's gonna, you gonna come over here? Yeah, Lundy wants to the dive bomb next to me. You silly girl. She's just a big old baby. She is. Speaking of dogs, guys, so y'all know, I'm sure by now most of you know we lost Nash, our Anatolian. And somebody had commented that they thought Robertson Belly Acres, they knew their dog had just had puppies and that they might have been Anatolians, and they're not. I talked to Rachel today. They're a mix of a bunch of really cool dogs, but I don't know if it would be ideal for what we need the dogs for. She basically offered me as many puppies as I wanted, and I had to say no. Killed me inside. I would be like, yes, give me all the puppies, but I can't. Mike would just, his head would explode. It would not be pretty, but they are adorable puppies. Anyway, so guys, I'm going to put you guys to work. I'm going to tell you, we're in northern Mississippi. You guys know that. If you guys that are in our area or you know of anything or you see another channel that you know that maybe has Anatolians that might be having puppies or something, shout me out, holler it out to me, because I'm on the hunt for that. They're a little bit harder to find around here, and I would like to stick with Anatolian. I do prefer them to Great Pyrenees. If I have to get a Great Pyrenees at some point, I will, but I just kind of want to start looking to see if I can find another Anatolian. So that's my goal. That's my goal. Anson, what? More puppers? Anatolian shepherds. That's what our other dog is, Kusi. And Nash, unfortunately, I won't get into the whole story, but a lot of you guys know, it just didn't work out. She got real sick. We tested her for everything. She was negative for everything. The vet thinks that it might have been something congenital, having to do with her kidneys, and she didn't make it. So, and I, not for lack of trying, I tried everything, but anyway, so gotta find a replacement. So if you guys see or hear of anything, oh, what's this? Our Mountain Home said we have Anatolian healer puppies. They're only about a week old. See, I don't know about the healer. See, I want to make sure they're going to be good around like the birds and the quadrupeds. So I want to make sure, they're not going to be tempted to to go after the birds a little bit. If I was only going to put that dog with the sheep 100%, then I wouldn't mind that. But I don't know. I'd have to think about that a little bit. But shoot me if you're so inclined. Shoot me an email. Let me know maybe a little bit more about them, and what you're asking for them and stuff, and all that, and maybe we can, I can think on that, because I need to think on that, but I appreciate that. But yeah, guys, let me know. So they did just have a litter. Scasey, I actually talked to Rachel today, but it was not Anatolian shepherds. It's a mix of about 4 or 5 different breeds. And so I don't think it's going to be ideal to be able to be with poultry and with the livestock. So a little unpredictable when you start mixing that many breeds together. I'm sure they're going to be great dogs. They're beautiful dogs, but for a dog that I need for a specific task, I need to know what the temperament is. I need it to be more in that line. So, because when you start mixing breeds like that of any animal, their temperaments and their qualities and their physical traits don't always do what you think they're going to do, and so you have to really be careful of that mixing. So Eric had fighting roosters, so his are good for small animals. Oh, I must have missed who said that, Rambling Peach, or was Eric from the first? The chat started going really fast when I asked you guys for for dogs, so I don't know. I have to, because I need them to be able to, like, keep them safe from coyotes and things like that, as well as protecting the herd. So exactly, got to go with what you know for protecting your animals. That's right, exactly, and that's 100% the case. Empty Homestead is in the house. There they are. What's going on? What's going on? Hello, hello. Our dogs are not good with chickens. They have killed birds before. Oh no, DD5, that's not good. What's funny is this gal right here, my German Shepherd, she's got a little bit of a death count on her when she was a puppy. One of my turkeys, she dragged it out of the pen one day. One of my ones that was like it was right before Thanksgiving. I mean, it was ready to be harvested, and she left it for me on the doorstep, mangled, and I was like, thanks for that. And then she went after a couple. She went after a chicken a couple times, a couple different chickens, and then she went after a couple of my ducks one time, because we had a slat in the fence and a couple of them had gotten through into the dog side of the yard. And when she was younger, now she's out there with Rico and Freebird, and I can take her out with the birds and she's fine, but she's like an old lady and she doesn't care anymore. She's like, whatever, it's all good. So, she had her Thanksgiving a little early that year, Auntie Ann, and she said, thanks, Mom. Appreciate it. Yeah, it was great. Yeah, I had my friend's healer kill our chickens before we moved to our property. Still haven't gotten any more since. Oh no, Ivy's family. Yeah, that's what I'd be worried about with the healers. I mean, healers are great for, like, herding cattle and sheep and things like that. But with poultry, I'd be a little like, a little nervous about that one. And I really want them to be able to be good with everybody. So I've been working with Kusi on that. And I was really gearing Nash up to be with the birds. She really had the right temperament for it, but obviously that didn't end up working out. So it is what it is. But we're gonna have to start over on that. But my blue tricolor Chihuahua is good with your daughter's pit mix. That's right, Natasha. I mean, some dogs can get along, and some animals are good with other animals, but when you're talking about basically a working dog that you want to be able to protect and guard and still be gentle with your livestock and know that they have a job to do, you really want to stick to, there's a couple breeds that you really want to stick to. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. A shepherd poodle mix. No, I don't know if I want that. You see, and Mama Murphy says, I want my dogs to fetch birds. They're prize labs. Yeah, see, and that's another reason why, like, I have a friend who just had golden retriever puppies, but I'm like, that's not going to do me any good. Like labs, retrievers, they're going to go after my birds. I don't want that, So you gotta pay attention, The diva is still hard at work in his office, so we'll see if he'll make an appearance later tonight. We'll see. Or be like you and get a bird dog. Yeah, exactly, Jen. I don't know what you all were thinking. Well, I know what you were thinking, but that's a different story. Jake Hudson says liked and shared. Thank you, Jake. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yeah, guys, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. That's a good reminder. That's right. Hiking with Jackie Boy is here. Hello, Jerry Jones. Hello, I'm doing well. Thank you. It's been a busy day, busy afternoon, but they would bring it to me. I must have missed whatever you just said, Sean. All I just saw was, but they would bring it to you. Are you talking about the birds? Oh, yeah, they would. If they would bring it to me, but maybe not in the same condition that I would want the bird brought to me. you know. But yeah. So we'll see. Dawn S, hello from Illinois. Hello. So yeah, guys, if you guys run across anything, if you see another channel that you know that maybe has had puppies or is breeding specifically Anatolian shepherds, I do know a guy down the way. I don't know him, but I've seen them. that has Great Pyrenees, and I've seen him out there from time to time with puppies. So I mean that's an option if I can't find another Anatolian, but we'll see. But yeah, keep an eye out, guys. If you see them out there, some I wouldn't mind driving a few hours either for them because they're not as common out here. Um, but I prefer them because of their temperament. So if even if they're in Oklahoma or Alabama or whatever, within a few hours, I'd be willing to to drive. I drove 2 or 3 hours to get Lundy when she was a puppy, so I have no problem going to drive to get an animal if I need to. So you had a rot and she would point birds. That's cool. Yeah, I know the Pyrenees seem to require a lot more training with the birds, from everybody that I know that has ever had Great Pyrenees. But once you get them past that point, they can be really great with them, but you really have to stay on them. They're a little bit more headstrong, um, than the Anatolians when it comes to kind of learning that stuff. So, and I've made so much progress with Kusi, and he's doing so well with his training that I'm like, I really would love to stick with an Anatolian. And technically, he is a little bit Great Pyrenees, but I mean, you wouldn't know it from looking at him except for his extra little toe. So, um, Paul says, as if Sid needed to tell me about her issue with collecting animals. Yeah, well, we don't talk about that. Fowler Family Farm had LGDs born in July, but I don't know if they have any now. Were they Anatolians or were they Great Pyrenees? Do you know, Mike or Terry? I'm not sure who's typing right now. Because I'd have to, because they're not too far from us at all, from what I understand. So I don't know. I have to see. I have to see. Oh, oh, Dutch had a rough time with his from keeping it Dutch. Yeah, I know a lot of people have struggled with Great Pyrenees. They're just a lot. And again, I've never owned one or trained one, but I've been around them. Our neighbors have some across the way. I know a lot of people that have had them, and I know a lot of people that have switched after having Great Pyrenees and then switched to Anatolians for some of those reasons. So I just figure probably stick with the Anatolians if I can. So, you know, they may be mixed. Okay, I'll have to check Fowler Family Farm and see if number one, if they still have any puppies. I mean, July, let's see, July, August, September, they may be a few months old now, but you know. Urban American Homestead says they have 3 girl Great Pyrenees, 5 weeks old, raised with chickens and sheep. Okay. That's when where are you, Urban American Homestead? Or shoot me an email. Honestly, shoot me an email at 3 Mississippi Farms at GOL or at GOL. Hello, it's 1996 at gmail.com. Shoot me an email at Urban American Farm or Urban American Homestead. Sorry, my apologies. Julie and Andy. Yeah, shoot me an email. And let me know what you got. Possum Run Homestead says, "Love my Great Pyrenees and Ant mix." Yeah, I that's what mine is too. Um, but yeah, I would definitely. I don't want to go straight full Pyrenees, for sure. I feel like I'd be okay with like an Anatolian Pyrenees mix, which is basically what I have now. But um, I definitely lean more towards the Anatolian. So, oh, you're in Ohio. I don't know if I could drive that far to pick up a dog. That would be quite the road trip. I could stop and see Maddie while I'm out in Ohio, I guess. But yeah, that might be a little further than I'm willing to drive. But yeah, yeah. Some people think can take. Yeah, they say her their brothers has Great Pyrenees and raises chickens, and yeah, and they can be trained. I'm not saying they can't. Um, and some people have a lot of success with them. I just happen to lean more towards the Anatolian. So that's specifically what I'm looking for. So, you know, we'll see. Yeah, some of the Great Pyrenees really they want to play with the chickens a little. They get a little too excited about playing with the chickens. So Sasquatch. I have an AOL email, but still not as old as the Enigma address. Yeah, there you go. I know. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I know. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Us old timers, we remember when internet used to make noise when you turned it on. Like I had to explain that to Frankie the other day, and I was like, "Yeah, like you couldn't be on the phone, and it was the modem, and it would, and fax machines. Those are hardly a thing anymore because everything's email and electronic. Oh, crazy. No, no, I was me misspeaking. It's 3 Mississippi Farms at gmail.com. But I started to say AOL Gmail or something weird like that. I don't know why, but I did. Have I seen any coyotes out my way? I have not. I have not seen any, but we have caught them on the trail cams, and we have definitely heard them across the way. Um, I haven't heard any like on the main part of our property, but I know they've been there because we've seen them on the trail cams. So they exist. They exist. I don't. You like my dial-up impression, Mama V? That was good, right? I work parties and corporate events as well with that trick. I just come up and I go, it's like, what's the most annoying sound in the world? Yeah. But but yeah, I know they're out there. I know they're out there, but luckily, knock on wood, haven't had any issues. So, you know, you don't have any coyotes anymore. I know. Well, I have noticed that because I have like there's more animals out there now, and with having the dog out there and the horse out there, I have not seen like when we first moved here and we didn't really have any animals yet. I had seen coyotes and I heard them a lot closer on the back of the property. Now, since we've had some of the animals now, I don't hear them as much because there's more like activity, I think. And while you might think that would kind of draw them in, number one, I don't think they're hungry enough yet to like risk coming that close. But we'll see as winter progresses now that we have essentially bait for them. I mean, the birds I feel like are pretty well protected with we have the electric netting up, the poultry netting. Um, and then, but they'll come out during the day too. It's not like they won't. So we'll see, you know. Yeah, they'll wait for those youngins to drop. They'll wait for the calves to drop. A lot of times down at Picola, and that's where the coyotes will hang out, or they'll wait for, of course, anytime you have, kidding or lambing or, calving going on, they're of course going to be drawn to that because they're going to try to want to eat the aftermath too, the placenta and stuff, anything that gets left. They're, essentially, while they will kill and eat something, they're also scavengers in that sense, and they will eat whatever is left on the ground. So if you have a bunch of calves that drop at the same time or lambs that go at the same time and there's placenta and blood, that's going to draw in too. So oh, bye Southern West Homestead, have a good night, thanks for hanging out. How are the food plots doing? They're doing I think his back one took pretty well, that he was worried about his main one really, and it seems like it's going well. And they've got their deer blinds set up, they've got their corn feeders out, and well, at least the one's working. I don't know if he went back out and fixed the one that was cranky, but at least I know the one that's new was working. I don't know about the old one, but they are planning on going hunting this weekend. So that'll be good. Frankie did get her rifle sighted in this last weekend, so that was good. MT Homestead said they had a coyote out about a week ago in the morning. Luckily, you saw it and scared it off before it got any of your chickens. Oh, good, good. I hate that kind of stuff. I know that they are just trying to live too, but I'm like, go live somewhere else. Don't do it here. That's how I feel.
What's going on? Ooh. Evelyn, Jen, what's up, Jen? Ooh. Yeah, what we got?
What would be a good minimum length for electric poultry netting to set up around a small chicken coop for, let's say, 10 chickens? What we were planning. Well, I guess it basically depends on how much of a run you want to give them, but I would say for 10 chickens, you don't need that much space, and especially since you can move the netting. Like if your coop exit is here, you can have it go off this way for a few days, this way for a few days, this way for a few days, for your chickens.
I feel like the netting I bought from Premier One is like 166 feet or something like that. And one of them
does quite a big.
One of them can make a decent, I mean, we use a couple of them, but
I think I guess you'd have to see like what they're available in that would make sense for you, but you wouldn't need, I would say with 10 chickens, even if you had like, I like to go bigger just because that's
go bigger, go home.
I do. I like to go bigger. So I would say like, what was like the size of this room? How many feet by how many feet?
12 by 20.
Like I would say like
15 by 20.
Yeah, I would say like 15 by 20 would be like a good section. I know that's overkill for 10 birds, but I like.
Yeah, but now think about this. Go 20, 20, that's 40.
But when you enter chicken math.
And then add 30, okay? You're still well under that 166 feet or whatever. So if you just get one of those poultry netting kits and then make as big a square as you can make with it. And there's different mindsets from the birds need how much room the birds need, but then you also want to think, how is it impacting the ground, right? If you put birds on the same spot on the ground for too long, it's bad for the ground. So the idea behind this poultry netting is that you give them a space and you know that, okay, I'm going to give them 3 days on that space and then I'm moving them to this space. And after 3 days, I'm moving them to this space. So think about that. That way you're keeping the ground healthy and everything healthy.
Oh, somebody said David at Come On got a deer.
Oh yeah, I didn't show you that. Oh yeah, he texted me a picture. Oh. He got a nice looking dove.
Nice. So he can shoot.
Well, I mean, look, I saw a picture of a harvested deer. He never actually said in the picture he texted me, "Look what I shot."
So he maybe just got a Google image off the web.
Well,
no, I'm just kidding. I'm sure he did. That's good for him. I'm glad he got a deer.
Yeah.
That's good. That way, that's good groceries right off your land.
Oh,
you don't have to go get. Mama B's trying real hard. She's been up every day trying to catch a deer. So
yeah,
we'll see. But then I'm a little worried for her because I'm like, if she does a whole deer, I don't know where she's gonna put it all right now.
Well, depending on the size of the deer. I mean, you're only talking about.
Like, where are you gonna put it, Mama B? Let's say you get a big deer, right?
Well, even a big deer isn't that big.
It's not a ton of meat. I know. Yeah. But like, I don't know, like I just feel like the little, like, unless you have you have 2 freezers.
Well, there you go. Get 2 deer, 3 deer.
There you go. You're good. I was just thinking like in the camper, I'm like, how do you have room for that? But I forgot you have the extra.
Whoa, Ivy's family factotum. Family is 6 and 5 dogs. Yeah, you need more than a few deer.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, look, we're a family of 3. And obviously, some of the scrap and organ meat and whatnot goes into dog food, but I'm planning on probably 5 or 6 deer just for us. So you probably need like 10 or 12. I mean, the average person probably eats over 200 pounds of meat in a year.
The Rambling Peach, what state are they in? And it's Anatolians? Or are we talking Pyrenees?
My ex has 6-month-old ones that were born in the field with working mother. She is guarding goats, sheep, and chickens.
Shoot me an email.
Yeah.
At 3mississippifarms@gmail.com.
But I don't want Pyrenees.
Yeah, I don't particularly want Pyrenees. I
It's
prefer
not even
Anatolian or,
particularly. I'll wait.
well,
I have
yeah,
found like 5 breeders within 100 miles of us.
you
None
have?
of them have them right now.
Okay.
So I'll wait before I'll get a breed that I wasn't intending on getting. Yeah.
My goal is to fill both freezers. I got you. Tags, 5 3-dose, 2 bucks. I think that's a good goal, Mama V, and I think you can totally do it. I think you can totally do it.
Yeah, we can do just rifle season. We can do 5 does, 3 bucks, I believe.
Oh,
Each.
bye, White Rock. Bye, Taryn Jason. You have to finish your Wild Game November cooking video. Love it.
Nice.
For Gillen Farms. Yip, yip. Get it done. Have a good
I'm looking
night.
forward to that. Yeah, speaking of wild game cooking, well, it's not wild game, but whatever. I'm making some amazing duck stock right now, and
Yeah.
it's done. Actually, it's on the stove, ready for me to run through the fine broth strainer. So
James Hall, I actually talked to Rachel at Robertson Belly Acres, but they are a mix of like 4 or 5 different breeds of dogs. So it's not going to be a good fit for what we need the dog to be a working dog. So, but I appreciate that. Thank you. Good looking out.
oh man, you're without a big freezer. You got 6 kids and you don't have a big freezer?
Well, then you need to get yourself a pressure canner so you can can the meat at
and
least.
a big freezer.
Yeah, but well, I mean, I get it if you're in a camper right now and you can't do a big freezer, but
Oh, that's true.
like
Yeah.
you may not have the ability to have it outside somewhere, you know.
Build just a little cover, just a little roof over a chest freezer if you get power to it.
Deer meat, biscuits, and gravy. Look at you go, Lindsay, into the mist. Cook it up.
You talking my language? I'm on my way.
Drew's gonna be over there drooling. Look at that. I love it. I
Yeah.
love it.
Deer meat and biscuits and gravy.
Woo! I'm telling
Yum.
you.
Yeah.
Deer chili, yeah.
Deer chili, yeah. Oh, guys, I am hoping to make 100 pounds of summer sausage. The summer sausage last year was outstanding, and and I only made.
Jen says they have more puppies coming. She just texted me. I guess she's pregnant already.
Wow.
All right. Well, maybe I won't have to wait too long.
We'll see. Yeah. Wow.
Well, I just what do you call it in our little group chat here? Oops. Anthony just said that they made rabbit stew.
Oh, really? Those are from the rabbits from the ridge they got from Tim?
Well, I would
'Cause
imagine.
I know Tim brought some rabbit breeding pairs
Yeah, they had. Yeah.
to the 41.36. So yeah, that's exciting. And we're going to be doing that. I don't know if we're going to be doing it this year. Probably, maybe. We'll see. I am a big firm believer in meat rabbits. I mean, for somebody that's of a prepared frame of mind, meat rabbits make sense.
Yeah.
We just haven't started them yet.
Yeah, and we haven't gotten back into quail yet either. I kind of want to wait until like we finish the coop and the brooder out completely. Because I still have meat birds coming, later this season. And so I want to wait till that's completely done and like off the list before I'm like, okay, I'm gonna set up quail and like we can start talking about building something for rabbits at some point. But right now,
You're in the South now. I think you need a howling hound dog. No, it doesn't work like that. I mean, hound dogs are for hunting,
that's
right?
hunting dog, yeah.
Yeah. And
we have
I'm not.
Bunko when we need to go hunting.
That's right.
Bunko comes hunting.
I am not much of a coon hunter, fox hunter. I see the appeal. When I was a kid, I enjoyed it a bit, but I don't have time. And it's more of it's like golf for rednecks. You don't really get anything out of it in the end.
Hunting?
Raccoon, like raccoon
Oh,
hunting and fox hunting and
gotcha.
whatnot at night with dogs.
Gotcha.
So I
Well, people do eat some of that.
Yeah, they do.
I mean, but I don't know. I know Bunko loves deer hunting. He tries to follow them out to the blind. He wants to help when they're eviscerating. Like he thinks that's just the coolest thing.
Oh, Thunderstick Homestead said that meat rabbits were his intro to prepping rather than chickens. And honestly, there's a good argument that meat rabbits make more sense than chickens. From if you had to pick one or the other from that prepared state of mind. I mean, chickens are dual purpose. They give you the eggs and meat, but they don't give you near as much meat as rabbits do. And over the course of, say a year, you're going to get a lot more protein and a lot more sustenance out of a pair of breeding rabbits than you are out of, a couple of chickens.
But here's my argument to that. So many people are intimidated to process rabbits because they're cute and cuddly. And so when you haven't done any processing yet in your life, I recommend starting out with quail or rabbits, something that's a little bit easier and people don't get as attached to.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people really struggle with learning how to actually process it. And like they think they can do it and then they get to it and they kind of talk themselves out of it. And a lot of people have messaged me or commented over the years saying like that's the one hurdle they can't get over.
And I get
I
that.
think starting with something cute and cuddly isn't for everybody, but from a prepper standpoint, they're an awesome way to start.
But I'll say this, once you get past that, rabbits are easier to process than chickens. They are. I mean, once you learn how to skin a rabbit and eviscerate it, it's like lickety split.
Yeah.
Imagine if you were plucking chickens manually. Like if we just process one or two birds, we pluck them, right?
And Rambling Pete, shoot me an email about that so I can maybe reach out to him.
Yeah, Rambling Peach was the one talking about the other breeder.
Yeah.
I mean, they are, Thunderstick. I agree. Rabbits are easier to process than birds, in my opinion.
DD5 says they were so shocked that Serenity was so into killing the rabbits at the 41.36. You're so proud. I can just picture her like so little and sweet, and then she's like, kill. I can see that.
Yeah.
Oh. My hair is
White Rock is just eating our own raised rabbit now as we watch.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah.
That's awesome.
There's nothing better than like when you're like, I raised this animal, I processed this animal, I've cooked this animal. Like there's nothing better than making a meal out of that stuff. Like there's just a level of pride.
Yeah, there is.
You know what's in the food.
Eating it.
Well, I'm just saying.
You said there's nothing better than making the meal. I said there is. Eating it.
You know what I mean.
Yeah, no, I agree.
You know what I mean.
We love eating something that we created,
DD5,
we grew it.
Mike and Leslie, you tell Serenity that I'm very proud of her. That's impressive. I'm proud of her. A lot of kids would be like, especially with the rabbits, because they're, a lot of people have a hard time with that because again, cute and cuddly factor. So I'm proud of her for. I don't know why my computer's like mad at me right now.
I hear you. MT Mike got a hold of one that was I had the same thing happen. It was a few years ago. Remember I whacked that rabbit out in the field and then we
got a hold of one of the ones that was pregnant.
We were gonna cook it over the campfire there.
It was pregnant. Were doing it in the dark and taking out the intestines and stuff, and it was dark. So they were just focused on what they were doing, and I was like, "Are those babies?" And they're like, "No, that's just the intestines." And then later they were like, "Oh yeah, that was baby."
Happens. It was a nuisance rabbit. It was a cottontail. It was near my garden.
And it was delicious.
And it tasted good.
It tasted really good.
We cooked it on the campfire out back. Yeah.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah.
That was probably like the best rabbit I've ever eaten. It was so good.
Yeah, Windows did do a bunch of updates today. My Outlook kept crashing until I finally did some Microsoft 365 update to get things gelling with the Windows updates.
Well, I haven't let it update yet, but sometimes it just, I don't know, my computer has a mind of its own half the time. So I roll with it, figure it out.
Wow. Neil's got 10 roosters. You haven't been able to bring yourself to harvest. You just got to do it.
Yeah, you just have to
just pick, look, that's an overwhelming, task for some people. So just pick one and do it.
I would say honestly, with 10 roosters, I mean, just skin them out. They'll be fast.
Yeah.
Just pull
don't even pluck them.
Skin them. Yeah, just do it fast.
Yeah.
And just get them done, and just make soup.
Yeah.
Or
can some of it. The roosters are not going to be, and depending on their age, it's not going to be the ideal meat.
DD5 says that they told Serenity what I said, and she said, "Tell her thank you." And I said, "I'm proud of her for watching us." Bless her.
Nice.
She's so
Yeah.
cute. Best s'more maker.
Yes, Mama Murphy. I have noticed the cooking over an open fire tastes so much better.
Oh, it does.
I don't know why,
100%.
but it does.
100%.
Absolutely.
It really does. And then there's something about just when you're, I don't know, when you're like cooking outside and you're usually like, you're not doing, it's not a one person task. It's usually like you're with your family or your friends, and it's
Yeah.
like a different vibe versus like, me in the kitchen by myself or him in the kitchen by himself. Like, it's just more, I don't know, it's more of
Right.
a get together.
Yeah, yeah.
You
It's a social thing usually
Yeah.
when you're cooking outside,
Yeah.
which makes it a overall better experience
I'm
too.
just going to shave my head. I don't know what's happening today. My hair is angry. Okay.
I'm not going to go ahead and recommend that. I'm thinking about shaving my beard off.
Don't do it. It's creepy. Every time you do it, I can't.
I think it's about due.
No, I'll trim it for you, but you cannot shave it off because it trips me out way too bad when he shaves his face off.
It's like once every 2 years, I shave it off.
And then I can't look at him for like a week until it starts to come back because it's like it just doesn't look like him.
Depending on what I did or what I left laying out, she can't look at me most of the time anyway. So without calling me names, so what?
I'll just say the names into your bad ear.
Yeah.
Just get on your other side.
That's
Beard, what beard?
Yeah, hey, everybody's got different. Look, I don't even get facial hair over here. I get this weird patchy something or other. So if I mean, I have let this grow pretty long before, but when it's just a goatee essentially, and you let it get too long, I don't know. It looks more like a biker than a farmer. So
Todd's Adventure says you should just let it grow longer.
I tend to keep it somewhere in here. I do let it grow a little bit longer sometimes, and then I get tired of it and shave it off.
Mike from Mike number 5 says he would rather shave clean, but Alyssa says that he looks too much like a kid, so he can't. That's how he has a baby face too. Like when he shaves it completely, he has like, what do they call it? A cleft in your chin, a butt chin, a little bit. You have a little butt chin.
Okay.
You do. Full one right there. And then, Sid, are you gonna raise turkeys? I'm getting turkeys next year. I'm doing I put in an order for next year for turkeys because the opening for the order for all birds for the next season was the beginning of this month. And so I put in my orders, which I can adjust or change or whatever, but wanted to put them in that day, so I made sure I got my birds. So I got my turkeys in there and I got my meat chickens and all, so but yeah.
How many birds or how many turkeys?
10. I did the minimum order.
Yeah.
So yeah. But I timed it
decent.
But I've timed it well. So the way my birds are coming, the first batch of meat chickens, they'll be brooded and ready for pasture by the time the second batch of the meat chickens come in. And when the next 50 come in, once I get them out to the tractor, we need to build another tractor. But we already knew that.
Yeah.
And I'll have them all processed and done by mid June at the latest. They'll all be done, and then I'll have the turkeys in the brooder, and then I can move them into the tractors. So that's my game plan.
We plan on doing the turkeys and tractors.
I'm going to put them in the tractors at least, like to train them. Like that's where they're going to go.
What if we put the turkeys in with the goats and the Anatolian free range?
With these I could. I mean, they're not going to be flyers.
Right. They're definitely not. They're not getting out of that goat wire.
Yeah. That's a possibility. Yeah. That's a possibility.
That way our tractors are focused on the Cornish.
The Cornish will be done. You didn't listen to me. The Cornish will
When do I ever listen to you? We're married.
I know, clearly.
I'm no longer required to listen to you.
The birds will be out of both chicken tractors by mid-June. Both tractors will be freed up. But by the middle of May, one tractor will be freed up. Do you see what I'm saying?
Sure.
And by the time the turkeys are out of the brooder, I can put the turkeys in there for safekeeping.
Okay. See, did you guys see that? I listened to her. Tomorrow, I will not remember what she just said because it was bird stuff.
Yeah.
No, it was bird stuff.
Yeah.
If you ask her right now, when am I starting my seeds for peppers and tomatoes? She has no idea.
Yes, I
told her
do.
when.
You start those, not yet.
Right?
It's it's like more in winter, but because then they're ready to go in the ground in spring. So you start them in like, what is it, like January, February.
Wow. Okay. She actually, yeah. You can stop now. You got
Thanks.
You made your point. Listen, Linda.
That's right. I say that all the time too. I'm always like, listen, Linda. I do that all the time. I tell Frankie all the time, and she's like, stop calling me Linda.
Yeah, I hear you, White Rock. I'm getting close to shaving this head. Ugh.
Oh, he needs a haircut.
Yeah, it's almost time to stop bothering with hair up here.
You want me to just bick it for you every day?
It's almost time, I think.
Well, you know what? Next time I cut your hair, I'll buzz it, and then you can see how you feel about it.
We'll talk about it.
But we gotta remember too, like when we're in church, you don't wear a hat. You just be
right.
free.
And it's wintertime.
Free balling out there.
And it's wintertime.
We'll get you a little skull cap to wear.
So even just a little bit of.
We'll get you like a weave.
We're not doing that. We're not doing that.
When I get my hair trimmed tomorrow, I can have them make it little.
That's right. When a man gets a ring on his finger, his hearing becomes selective. Yeah.
Oh, look at that. DD5 and Possum Run. You guys, get your turkeys orders in, guys. I know a lot of the hatcheries are already like kind of getting sold out of some of the breeds. So
yeah.
Like I know McMurray was already out of the regular broad-breasted, and there was like another one, and that was the day it opened that I went and ordered. So
which turkeys did you order?
I got the white. What are they? White. They're the McMurray white broad-breasted. So it's like their version, their group that they worked on.
All right.
Yeah.
I prefer the white broad-breasteds if I'm gonna do
basically
turkeys.
What I got.
The pin feathers are easier to deal with,
and they get nice and big,
and they're nice and plump.
They're super like mellow birds.
16 weeks. Yeah.
They're super mellow. They're not flighty. Like I've raised blue slate. I've raised midgets. I love the midgets though. I do love the midgets, which is pretty similar to the Hollands, because that's where they came from. But
they taste good.
They have really cool meat. But
the food conversion ratio is not as good.
It's not great on them. And I've never had good luck. They're supposed to be really good moms. I've never had good luck with that. I've had my Jennies kill the babies after they sat on them, and I'm like, really, you suck.
Yeah, I mean, look, from a prepper's point of view, turkey is not the protein to raise.
No, but I like to raise. I mean, I did like raising them, some of the heritage breeds, because we used to sell the turkeys every year for Thanksgiving, and so I would grow out 20 birds. You know.
No. I'm just saying, like, have your prepper stuff.
No,
that sustainable stuff.
I get you.
Your hunting of your wild game, your wild rat, or your rabbits, your whatever. But then turkeys are great. Plan on buying poults. So already it's not a prepper like sustainable prepper thing. Plan on buying poults. But I mean, why not add it to the operation?
I will say this is that the poults that I've gotten from hatcheries don't do as well. Turkeys are really good, just like quail, about finding really new and interesting ways to die as poults. And so I've had better luck long term with heritage breeds having more of a will to live and being a little bit smarter than I've had with the ones that I've gotten from hatcheries before.
Ridge Life in the house.
Yep, there he is. He can't see comments, but he's there.
My Ridge Life cup's getting a little beat up. It's getting a little beat up.
It's just now. It's not even Ridge Life. It's just
It's like real.
It's no work life cup.
This is what a no work life cup would look like if it did work.
Right. There you go.
Little wool out.
Mm-hmm. 100%. But yeah, I love raising turkeys, and I love turkey meat. So I am excited to get turkeys this next year and be able to have, turkey. So
Yeah.
I'm
I
excited
mean,
about that.
when we were raising turkeys, remember those smoked turkey breasts that I did and then sliced them into lunch meat?
Oh yeah.
So good.
So good. And yeah, and there's
A lot of options.
a lot of options for turkey. And you can can it, you
The
can do whatever.
stock,
Yeah, oh, yeah.
turkey stocks, really good. They've got good dark meat to them, and yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, yeah, they're good. And I've done so many different breeds over the years. Temperament wise, their broad breasteds are like big puppies. They're like they're like Labradors. They're like golden retrievers. They just want to follow you around and whatever. Some of the other breeds are a little bit cagier, but I've had some friendly ones. And the blue slates I love. They're beautiful. But yeah, they're fun. I do enjoy a good turkey.
Yeah, for me, it's about the fact that once you get them past a certain, they like to die when they're young. But
Yeah.
once you get them past a certain stage, they're easy and cheap to raise, and they produce a good amount of protein.
Yeah. Their overall conversion is good on turkeys.
Yeah. For the broad breasted.
Yeah.
Not so much for the heirloom breeds.
Well, no, mostly for the midgets. The midgets are the ones that their conversion ratio isn't as good. The reds and the blue slates and stuff, they do a lot better. And the palms are great too.
Cackle Hatchery has turkeys available for order now. Have a hatch date between February to April, depending on breed.
There you
They're in
go.
Missouri. Yeah.
Yep, there you
Yeah,
go. Get
order 'em.
on it, because they'll be, yeah, I mean, ideally, like depending on, I always like to think of like when do I want to process them by, and then I like to pad myself by a little bit. So like if I want to have birds ready to be processed like the first week of November, then I like to go, okay, sometimes I've had different groups that don't grow out as quickly. So I like to pad myself an extra like 2 to 3 weeks. So then I just backtrack it the 29 weeks instead of 26 weeks. I pad it by a couple weeks. And then I go, okay, this date is when I want my turkeys to come in. So that I know, like, okay, this is when they'll be done. So that's how I do it, but I'm weird.
Uh-oh. Lonely Hitchhiker Kent wants to know what's the best egg layer. Sid can talk about chickens and egg layers and what they're best for forever.
Part of it depends on where you live, and what your climate is like. There's some that are more heat tolerant, some that are more cold tolerant. I love a good dual purpose bird. Orpingtons are always a safe bet. I also look at, overall personality. I don't like reds, Rhode Island Reds. A lot of people swear by them. I do not like them.
I don't like Freedom Rangers.
Yeah, well, that's not really an egg breed.
Okay. Well, they call it a dual purpose.
Yeah, but
yeah,
but they're not. You wouldn't really go after them with the number of eggs they lay a year. But Australops are really popular, and they lay a really good. I can't remember all the exact numbers off the top of my head right now, but Australops are good. Orpingtons are a good one, and good quality eggs. There's Barred Rocks are
like
really
220
good.
a year.
Yeah.
Barred Rock is my favorite. Sid likes also to have colorful eggs, so she'll look at numbers of eggs versus the color of the egg because she likes things to be pretty.
Yeah.
So she's looking at the Easter eggers and the leg something or others and that.
Yeah. And Delawares are another really good one. They're good, strong, hardy egg layer, and they're really, like, all the ones I mentioned are really good in heat, cold, and lay a good amount of eggs and are also dual purpose. So those are like some of my favorites.
Yeah.
So.
And I just like the fact that she's got it handled and I get to eat eggs. Yeah. Except for right now.
For right now.
They're not laying eggs.
They're not.
Right
they
now.
Haven't started. My babies haven't started laying yet, and my 3 older girls just went through a molt, and they're just coming out of it, and so there's no eggs right now, and so that kind of sucks. Because
look at Tim in here trying to start a fight.
What did he say?
Poking at the bear. That's all right.
Oh.
Enjoy your drive, Tim.
In your bougie truck.
That's right.
Wait, what's this? I missed back here. Oh, Liberty DIY says, I made it to Texas. I'll start uploading videos again very soon. And yes, I changed the channel name. Congrats. I'm glad you made it to your final destination.
Oh, I hope it's not your final destination.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I could use some eggs, Jen. Oh, I still have your carrier too, by the way, but I haven't
Oh
seen
yeah,
you.
I ate our last two today.
Oh, then I need eggs.
Yeah.
Did Kay go to youth tonight? Because if she did, bring me eggs.
Kent Malley
But anyway, you're here.
from
I'm gonna leave so
Mississippi
I
Gulf
can
Coast.
go pick up the.
Ooh, guys, the last 5 minutes is just you and
Guys.
I.
Hi guys, love you. Gotta go pick up
Just
kids.
you and I.
Oh,
Yeah.
you have to
Okay.
leave a couple minutes earlier.
All right.
Sidetrack, something got rude.
Drive careful.
Never.
So you're going to get a whole bunch of kids and take some of them home before coming back here?
Yes.
Good times. All right. So what are we going to talk about? Let's see. Mom already left. Jen's mom already left. Gypsy Trails. Holy moly, I caught a live and David shot his first deer. Gypsy Trails, thank you for the super chat. Yes, David did. David had come on mountain, come on Homestead, got his first, well, it wasn't his first deer, but it was his first deer on the mountain. And he texted me a picture of it when it was still just expired. He hadn't started cleaning it yet. It's pretty doe, young doe, probably, under 2 years old, going to be really good tasting meat. So I'm proud of him. I have not started hunting yet this year. I could be hunting this week. This week is youth rifle week, but it's also for antlerless deer, which is probably all I'm probably only going to kill does this year. It's what you call it, like primitive rifle season for antlerless, but a landowner rifle of choice on your own land. So primitive rifle season is me going out with my 6.5 Creedmoor. But I haven't hunted this week. I've been doing so many other things. Somebody just asked about the deer plots. They are not doing well. We did not have enough rain during the right time. In fact, I think I spread just nothing but bird seed. I think I fed all the birds, and I don't think I'm going to get anything germinating in that last deer plot. Neil wants to know, when are we planning to hunt this year? Yes, we are. Frankie and I are going hunting Saturday and Sunday morning this weekend. So Saturday morning is still youth season. Sunday morning is the opening day for adult rifle season. So hopefully Saturday morning Frankie gets a doe, or something. I mean, we're predominantly doe hunting this year. There's a lot of deer around here, and there's a lot of does, and there's a lot of really young bucks. So there's no need to harvest young bucks. They don't taste as good as does. It just doesn't make sense. And even those like 2.5-year-old, like, nice little basket, maybe a small 8-point. There's no point in harvesting that. Let that go, and maybe it'll get bigger. And but the does taste good, and when we've got so many does around here, that's what it makes sense to harvest. So Jody E does not pluck their chickens. They skin them. Yeah, there's a lot of instances where I agree, skinning them. There's some instances where we do like to pluck them. We have a plucker, electric plucker, so that helps. But chicken skin on the drumsticks is nice. Brooke Burks, let's see, making the patio area. You mean making the patio area? I missed something. Okay. So yeah. Oh, that's Drifting Dreamers talking to Brooke Burks there. Let's see. Heather's back. Welcome back, Heather. Yeah, that's right. You got to manage the herd. You got to pay attention to what's out there and manage the herd. The idea is, keeping a healthy herd. I will be spreading some new seed. I already got another 50 pounds of some oats and brassicas and some stuff that hopefully there's enough time for it to germinate. And if there is, it'll still do well in the cold, because it's going to be a hungry winter for a lot of these deer, because everybody around here that normally does food plots is facing the same problems I'm facing. We didn't have enough rain, the plots didn't germinate, and that's what those deer tend to eat during the worst parts of the winter, is those plots that that have winter growing serial ride and things like that. So hopefully, yeah, we'll see how it goes. Otherwise, what's going to happen is you're going to have a lot of sickly and diseased and hungry, and then you're going to have a big year for coyotes next year. So, but that's how that goes. That's how that goes. Guys, it's 7 o'clock. I knew I'd have no problem sitting here talking while Sid was running off. Down on the coast, we've been getting a very light rain. Yeah, we actually got rain today, guys. We did. We got rain. We got about a half an inch over about 12 hours. So it was awesome. We have not. I mean, we've had no measurable rain in a long time. So this was good. And who knows? It may have been enough to get some things starting to germinate out there in the plot. But anyway, guys. It is time for you guys to run over to Simple Life Reclaimed. SLR is going live right now. I want you to bounce into their live and send them a love raid from 3 Mississippi. And yeah, that's right. Don't forget about Timifer. He's in here. Ridge Life. Sid's gone. Sid's gone. We can all leave now, Tim said. So that's cool. That's cool. Oh, Marco Torres says it's raining in California. Wow. It's probably snowing in hell. Because wow. Anyway, love you guys. Run over to Simple Life Reclaimed and give them a love raid. And thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see you guys again soon. Bye-bye. I don't even know how to end this thing. Hold on. Okay, here we go. I don't manage these things. Somebody else does this for me. I just sit here and talk. I think that worked. Oh, wait. Not yet. End. Okay. I think I still have to click again.